Hi everyone, my name is Sanjay, and for today's lesson we'll be learning the first 8 measures of Old McDonald. Okay, so now that you saw the computer play the Old McDonald song, I'm going to be teaching you the theory part. And also for these 8 measures, the intervals are not in these 8 measures, it's the next 8 measures where the intervals are. And that'll kind of play in with the last class. So, let's start with the measures. We have 8 measures. Okay, and now that we saw that, we can go to our time signature. We see that it's 4/4. That means 4 beats per measure. Quarter note gets the beat, half note gets 2 beats, and whole note gets 4 beats. Now, you can see that treble clef and bass clef is playing in this piece. But we see that for the first 8 measures, it's the hands and clefs are just alternating playing. It's not playing together at the same time. But in the next 8 measures, we'll see where we have to play both hands at the same time. Okay, so now for the first measure, right hand is resting, as we can see, all quarter rests, and left hand is playing. And left hand or bass clef will be all quarter notes. And now let's identify the notes. This one is a middle C, as we can count from A, B, above B is C. And these two are the same exact notes as this one, so these 3 notes are all middle C. And then the next note here is a G, because all cows eat grass. A, C, E, G. This is a G. Now, the left hand is continuing to play and the right hand is continuing to rest, and now we move up to an A because this is on the A line and this is the same note. So this is the same note as this one, so this is another A. And this next note, we have a half note here, and it's 2 quarter notes and a half note, which equates to 4 beats in total. So this is a half note, and it's going to be a G because it's on the G space. Now, here we alternate to right hand, and we have our left hand resting. As we can see, the left hand is all rests. Now, our right hand here, we have all quarter notes, and we're going to have 2 E's at the start because they're both on the E line, and then 2 D's, and because we go from E down to D. And this is a D, and since this is a D, this is a D because this is the same exact note. So 2 E's and 2 D's both are quarter notes. So for our next measure, we're going to start off with our right hand, and then we're going to alternate to the left hand in the same measure. So first, we're going to stick with the right hand. It's going to be a middle C. Let's count from E down to D, down to C. So this is a middle C, and this is a dotted half note, as we can see. And this is actually 3 beats because the dot adds half of the note that it's next to. So the dot is next to a half note. Half of the half note is 1 beat. So you add 2 plus 1, 3, and that is 3 beats. And then for our next note, we kind of alternate to the left hand. Now right hand is resting, and this is going to be a G because it's on the G space. And this is 4 beats in total because this is 3 beats and this is 1 beat, 4 beats. Okay, for the next 4 measures, we can just see that these 3 measures are the exact same as these 3 measures. So this, again, it's the same note beats, same notes, and same hands playing at the same time. So this C, 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 G, C. This one is C C C G. Same thing. This one is A A G, and G is a half note. And this one is also A A G, and G is a half note. This one is E E D D, and this one is also E E D D. So those three measures are the same exact thing. So now this last measure here, it's a bit different. It's not a dotted half note and a quarter note. We're just gonna end it on a whole note, and it's gonna be a middle C, as we can go from the E line down to D, down to C. And this will be a C, and we're gonna end on the middle C, and it's gonna be a whole note. Okay, so now that we did the theory side of the song, we're gonna be playing the song on the piano. Now, let's get started with first fingerings and hand position. So our right hand thumb is gonna be started on middle C, next to these two black pairs, and right here. And our left hand thumb is also gonna be on middle C, which is right here, same note. So our thumbs are gonna be looking like this. So now, our left hand, our thumb is going to be on middle C, and now our third finger here, it's going to be on A, which is 2 notes down from middle C. So here, so it's going to be thumb on C, third on A, and we're going to want our fourth finger on G, which is below A, the note just below A, which is right here. So fourth finger on G, third finger on A, thumb on C, middle C. Now for our right hand, as we saw, thumb on middle C, and we're gonna have our third finger on E, which is 2 notes above middle C, right here. And we're gonna have our second finger on D, which is the note just above D, just above middle C, which is right here. So it's gonna be thumb on middle C, second finger on D, third finger on E. And now our hand position wants to be like this. Both thumbs on middle C, and what I just told you. So now let's go and start with our first measure. Now the first measure is all quarter notes starting with the left hand, and we're going to want to alternate between hands in these first 8 measures, and it's going to start with C, 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 G. So C, 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 go down to G with the fourth. So C, 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 G. Okay, so you switch from the thumb to the fourth. Play the thumb 3 times and then switch to the fourth, the last note. And then we're going to stay on left hand for the second measure, and it's going to go, we're going to be using our third finger. We're going to start off with the third finger on A. So it's going to have 2 A's, both quarter notes, A, and then we go down to our fourth, which is G, and it's a half note, so we hold it for 2 beats. So G, 2. So 1, 2. So all in all, it's going to be A, G. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, for the third measure, we're going to be switching over to right hand. And we're going to start on our third finger, which is on E. So we're going to have 2 E's, both are quarter notes. So it's going to be E, E, and then we're going to switch to our second finger on right hand, and it's going to be on the D's. So 2 D's, D, D. All of these are chord notes, by the way, and so it's going to be E, E, D, D. And then for the fourth measure, it's going to be, we're going to stick on right hand, and it's going to be a dotted half note, which is 3 beats in total, as we saw in the theory, and it's going to be on middle C. So 1, 2, 3. And we're still on the same measure, because it has to be 4 beats, because that's just 3 beats. So we switch to left hand, in the same measure, and it's going to be on the fourth, and it's going to be G. So it's C, 2, 3, G. Okay, so now let's just play the first 4 measures in total. So we're going to start on the left hand. So C, left hand. Now that is the first 4 measures. Okay, so now for the next 4 measures, as we saw in the theory, I explained that the first 3 measures, the 5, 6, and 7 measures are the same as the 1, 2, and 3 measures. So it's gonna go again, start with the left hand. C, 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 G, A, A, G. Switch to right hand. E, E, D, D. Now here, we're not gonna play. It's for our last measure. It's just gonna be right hand. We're not gonna switch down to left hand G. It's just gonna be the middle C on right hand thumb, middle C, and it's gonna be a whole note. So that means we hold for 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's play these 4 measures in total. So start with left hand. C, 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 G, A, A, G, E, E, D, D, C. And we ended on right hand. So now I'm gonna play the whole song for you. We're gonna play it really slow, and I'm gonna be calling out the alternations in the hands. So 1, 2, 3, go. Start with left hand. C, 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 G, A, A, G. Switch right hand. E, E, D, D, C. Hold for 3. Switch to left hand. G, C, 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 G, A, A, G. Switch to right hand. E, E, D, D. Hold for 4 beats C. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is Old McDonald. Okay, so that will be it for today's lesson, Old McDonald, first 8 measures. Next week we're going to be learning the next 8 measures, and that's going to include the intervals that we learned about last week. So it's going to basically tie in, and we're going to be playing with 2 hands next week. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and until next week, bye.